My name's Amanda Simmons. I'm the Assistant Executive Director for the Christian Mission.
My name is Marianne Schwab, and I am the director of the Recovery Center that falls under the Christian Mission. So there are 4 main ministries of the Christian Mission, and the Recovery Center is one of them.
And this recovery center, I want to say, just got some upgrades, did it not?
We did.
So do you want to tell us about that?
Yes, I would love to. About 25 years after they needed to be done. So the Recovery Center has been there since 1998. But since we don't have any government funding, we are entirely nonprofit. It's difficult to maintain even like buildings and stuff like that. So this past year we were given a grant that was incredible, and we were able to, for the first time, quite literally in 20 years, new flooring and new paint and just really upgrade the facilities. And it's been really neat to kind of watch it transform, and we're all new logos, and it was almost a rebranding of the entire center. And so we're excited to kind of relaunch that, you know?
And what exactly happens? I know recovery center, but if you want to go into a little detail about what happens there.
Sure. So we are a 6-month residential work study program, which is kind of a mouthful to say that for 6 months, whether you are court ordered or self-admit, you live on site and you split your time between the classroom and then volunteering for the Christian Mission. And so it's kind of cyclical. We are a free program, which makes us incredibly unique. And when you work in the warehouse fuels the stores sell all the things, and then all that money pays for the rest of the ministry. So we can remain a cost-free program because of that balance of work and classroom. And then when they come in the classroom, they are given a very unique curriculum to any other program in the area. So we fall under the Christian Mission. We are entirely faith-based, and more than that, entirely have a curriculum that focuses on recovery through a Christ-centered lens.
And you guys, when is the new center, are people able to sign up now? Or if they not, or sign up, yes, I guess, if they do want to kind of go for treatment, are y'all holding a ribbon cutting? When can people
We
start?
are, yes. So the classes have continued to run, and we have 2 classes a year that run in 6-month cycles. So they're pretty consistent. The first week of class is now the first week of August, and then the first week of February. So 2 6-month cycles every year. And we are reintroducing ourselves to the community on February 27th at 11 a.m. at our little downtown Enterprise in the little strip mall area. We're going to have a ribbon cutting and sort of a welcome. You can come tour the facility. We're going to do an information session. We're going to give you finger foods. So everybody wants finger foods.
And what does this mean to you guys personally, seeing this renovation finally happen?
I think you should go for this one.
Well, so it is tremendous because, like Marianne said, it is one of our 4 ministries. We also have a food service ministry. We have an emergency assistance office where we help with all kinds of utility bills, rental assistance. We have an emergency 72-hour shelter. But with the recovery program, it is really a program that is making a lasting effect on individuals. So I actually came to that program back in 2016 in handcuffs. So I was a participant in that program. So when we say that individuals that are willing to come and really follow that curriculum and really submit themselves to the Lord have an opportunity to be a new creation. There's proof in that with a lot of the staff that you see at the Christian Mission, because we have about half of our staff are graduates from the program that have stayed on to help further the ministry. So it is a tremendous program. It's very powerful, and the Lord has definitely been working through that program. So we're just so proud to offer a more professional, front to it. So, and we couldn't have done any of that without our partners with Wiregrass United Way and some other churches and individuals in the community. So,
and that kind of was my next question. What have you guys seen from people who have gone through this treatment process?
Well, she's a really good example of that. I mean, truly, we're showing up in handcuffs, going through the program, and then moving into the main office where she was the office manager and then becoming Brother Johnny's assistant and now is the associate director. I think that that's really a good example. And then even the women's counselor, her name is Leslie. I was her counselor 3 years ago when she came through, and she continued to pursue sobriety in the Lord and came back almost a year ago as the women's counselor to coach people in what she learned and being able to pour back. So I will say, since I've been there, the success stories versus the relapse stories, I think the success far outweighs that. And it's hard to measure, I think, success or even track that in the recovery world because people don't really come back. It's not like they move off and you can track where they are. A lot of what we know ends up by word of mouth, or unfortunately you see them on like the jail roster and you're like, oh, like, you know, like maybe it's not going so well. But for the ones that go, we also offer at the end of 6 months, we have what's called aftercare, and it is transitional living, which Mandy also did. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It is meant to help you transition back into society with a whole new foundation, learning to make good and right choices. And it's a change in your mindset. And in the program, on their way out, we help them get their identification and a birth certificate and social security card so you can go get a legitimate job. Because it's great if you have a 6-month certificate. That's great. But if you don't have any other tools in your tool belt, if you don't have a way to get legitimate employment, if you don't have an education, so we also offer the GED. That's something that came on about 2.5 years ago. Basic education. When you finish the GED program, you get 1 free class in the community college system. So then you can jump into continue your education. So it's more than just come in, let me give you a certificate because you've been sober for 6 months. It is a relationship with Jesus, and then building your life on that with all these other tools in your tool belt. And then if you go into transitional living, that's truly where I've seen the most success, because it's longer. That's more than just 6 months. You can stay in aftercare 2.5 years, and you can pay off your fines and you can save up money, and then you can get your own car. You can afford to get an apartment. So it's not just the short term. The idea is the long haul for the next few years. What can we do to help?
It's amazing. Like, you guys are offering all of the tools, like you've been saying, for people to really kind of get back out there and start fresh, which is not easy, not an easy thing to do. Well, I appreciate you guys coming on here today.
Thank you for having us.
A little bit
thank you.
About your mission and this new new facility y'all are going to have.
Thank you.
So come to our ribbon cutting. Come join us. Come hang out. Yeah, come hang out with us. Come see our facility. You know, for like Mandy, it's a big deal because she has seen the last 10 years almost of growth and new life. And so now seeing it sort of transform and the more professional look and
full circle.
Full circle,
Yes,
that's right.
absolutely.
So for those who have been around a long time, I think it's really cool for them to see. So
Yes, it's
Awesome.
a great.
yeah, but thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.